When it comes to meeting a client for the first time, it can be really intimidating. Um, and so it's really beneficial if the social worker on the case reads previous case notes and has background information prior to meeting the client for the first time. I really appreciated the quote from the module that said, "To know is to be prepared. To be prepared is to experience reduced anxiety. To reduce anxiety is to increase the interviewer's freedom to be fully responsive to the interviewee." I think that's really great because it's true. When the interviewer has freedom to be fully responsive, it really makes the session go a lot smoother. A piece of being prepared to speak with the client for the first time is definitely to anticipate some of the things that will be discussed, or information that could help piece together the current situation. A lot of times, when you're working with someone for the first time, it can be somewhat difficult to follow their train of thought. So if you already have background information, that can be really helpful. Personally, I want to be as prepared as possible. It definitely minimizes my anxiety of the unknown if I have prepared myself with some of the information from previous case notes. Reading those notes also allow me to form my questions and helps me with my thought process when I'm working with the clients, especially for the first time. I feel like that's really huge because it's not as if we have a script when we're working with clients. So being able to formulate questions ahead of time based on the information that we have from previous case notes can be really beneficial. Additionally, like, the case notes can assist with us building rapport with the clients. As I said before, just having that information helps make the conversation flow better. And it's just a smoother transition for the first meeting. Personally, I believe that client information should always be looked over as a new social worker on the case. It's just really important to know and understand the client's history. Even if the circumstances of the situations have changed, it's still really important to just have all of the information. As a family social worker, confidentiality is really, really important, but it can sometimes be confusing to clients. So, according to the NASW Code of Ethics, under the privacy and confidentiality, when social workers provide counseling to or any services to families or groups, the social workers should definitely seek a agreement amongst everyone involved, including the right to confidentiality and the obligation to preserve the confidentiality of information shared by others. It's also really important for the social workers to inform the participants in these group sessions that the social worker cannot guarantee that all participants of the session will honor the agreements. We can only guarantee the confidentiality on our end, so it's really important for the social worker to explain that thoroughly to the client to make sure that everyone understands that the social worker can only do so much to keep it within the session. The general expectation is that social workers will keep information confidential. Does not apply when disclosure is necessary to prevent serious, foreseeable and imminent harm to clients or others. So if the client may be in immediate danger to himself or someone else, the social worker may break confidentiality. And I think that that's just really important. For one, it's in the Code of Ethics, but two, for the client to really understand what that means so that they don't feel as if trust has been broken. You know, you're very upfront with them as the social worker to ensure that they understand the information that they give us is what we have to go on and our duty to report. So I definitely like the subject of um, working with families and social work. This was very interesting to me, but I definitely think that working with clients for the first time can be really challenging. And so, overall, being prepared and knowing what's to come as best you can is the way to go.